I had a great time in law school. I was a little surprised. I didn't really develop a passion for the learning material, taking classes like constitutional law, evidence, contracts, criminal law, civil law, property law. It's like, you know, wasn't very exciting. What was exciting was the tightness between the students, the method of learning, which is not straight lectures. It's called the Socratic method, based upon the way the Greek philosopher Socrates used to teach, which is not by reciting information for students to write down. It was by asking questions. For example, a law school teacher on a given day, let's say we're learning contracts that day. And let's say the subject matter is engaging in the contract, writing, you sign, I sign. And let's say later on there's a problem. You are not holding up your end of the contract. Let's say he's trying to teach that to us today. Instead of telling us what the law is, he'll ask questions such as, Mr. Geocaris, if you were representing Miss Yaliana Koro and she wanted to get out of the contract, what would be your best argument? So you already have to know the stuff and then stand on your feet and pretend you're a lawyer and give your professor your best argument. And then he'll call on somebody else. He'll say, hey, you over there. If you were the attorney for the other side, how would you defend this lawsuit in order to save your client a lot of money? So you're taught to be really on the spot. You're taught to think on your feet, to talk out loud, to not be afraid. These are all valuable skills that any lawyer has to have, particularly those like me, a trial lawyer, because I'm in court all the time. I don't have time to be looking through notes or looking things up in a book. I have to know it. I gotta act it out, and I gotta be confident in doing it. Even though I might be wrong under the law, if I am persuasive enough and confident enough, then the jury or the judge is going to side with me and I'm going to win my case. So in law school, you're taught to be very confident, very assertive, okay? Now, you can see the difference between the type of person in law school and what they are going to law school for. Because some people start talking about money, by the second year or third year. Oh, I'm going to make all kinds of money. If that's your motive for going to law school, then you know what? Go somewhere else. Because, we need good lawyers who have a good heart. And you're going to make your money so long as you have a good heart and you're honest. And your motives are to have a good business, sure. But to represent your clients well and to take whatever good energy and good emotions you have and put it out into the world. Because as a lawyer, you're a leader. People look up to you. They're coming to you because they need help. And if they know that your true motives are just to take a bunch of money off of them, then that's not cool, man. I'm telling you, it's not cool. Moreover, the people who have making money as their motive, I must tell you, over the years, I have seen them become miserable. Either their money making stopped, or God has seen to it to put different forms of obstacles or interference or misery in their lives, usually in their relations. Usually they marry a man or a woman who thinks the same way, and it's all about money, and they raise terrible children who have the same attitudes. So by going into law, you should have a higher ideal. It should be to become the best version of yourself that you possibly can through your work, and then see where God takes you. Okay? So in America, if we're going to go into government service after law school, it's usually with the federal government, the state government, or local governments. In my case, after law school, I got a job with the local government, the city of Eugene, where I was a prosecutor in the criminal court. Now, what is a prosecutor? A prosecutor in America represents the government at whatever level in criminal cases. Okay? These could be anything ranging from traffic all the way up to murder and everything in between. Assault, battery, destruction of property, breaking and entering, vehicle crimes, domestic violence, all that. It's all criminal law. Okay? So that's what a prosecutor is. A defender in America is somebody who works for a public defender's office or public defense agency, and they work against the prosecutor. Other government service could be working for all the many government agencies that we have in America, from the federal level down to the state, down to the local, dealing with land management, taxes, everything relating to the overseeing or supervision of society. So somebody might get a job in one of those government offices, and then they are called a lawyer or a solicitor if you work for the government. Prosecutor for criminal stuff, solicitor for government things that don't require you to go to court. If you're going to go into the private practice of law, which is what I eventually did, with criminal cases, you're known as a defender, a defense attorney, or barrister. Those are used interchangeably. With civil cases, like lawsuits, you're just known as a civil attorney or civil litigation attorney.